All right. Well, thanks for being patient with me. I may have broken a couple speed limit laws on the way here, but got here. Well, let's get started. Daryl, looks like you're at the top of my list. Are you with us? Or your microphone doesn't seem to be on. Actually, I see you now. Okay. Daryl, let's start with you. What's going on this evening?
Let's start with me. BB&T apparently had I'll switch my camera while we're talking. Apparently had an incident last week that screwed up all the Safari browsers. Have you heard about that?
I have not. I have not heard. You say this is BBT the bank.
So that online, BB&T the bank. So the online banking is a chore.
Oh.
And the tech told me to reset my browser.
Yeah.
He said that would wipe everything that I have. And start over again. Is that?
Well, resetting your browser in Safari is, I don't want to say it's kind of a last resort. Let's take a look at the things that you will erase if you reset Safari. So under Safari, we go to actually reset Safari. You are presented with a list of things. And if you notice on my screen, if you can see my screen, when I reset Safari, I only choose a few things because there's some things that I don't want to reset. So you know in the old days you could clear the cache, things like that. That's not so much, well, they've taken that menu item out of Safari. So if you're resetting Safari, you want to look at all the different things that you can choose to take out and choose what you think are appropriate. For instance, autofill. You might not want to check that. Saved names and passwords, you might not want to check that either. So when you go to a site, banking sites, by the way, by default, do not save your username and password. So you usually have to put your banking password in over and over. But Amazon, however, might give you here's your username. Would you like us to remember your password as well? So the next time you go there, it would automatically save it. I don't know if I've answered your question. So Daryl, what do you think?
Yeah. So what you're saying is that I should go to however, there we go, to go wherever you went to get this list here.
Yeah, and that's in Safari, under the word Safari and reset Safari. So by choosing to reset Safari, you're just being presented with that list of items to choose from. So you could, say, select some very, very conservatively, see if that solves your problem. And we haven't really talked about the problem. I think you're just kind of asking about reset Safari first.
Well, all of mine are checked except reset all website notification warnings.
Yeah.
So should I uncheck all those?
Yeah, I would. There's nothing that's it's not the end of the world if you reset Safari. It's actually a fairly healthy thing to do. But it's a fairly healthy thing to do. It's just that you are losing all of your previous history along with all the cached files. So if you go to CNN.com yesterday and then again today, it will have to reload all of it.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first two are checked. I should just hit reset.
Yeah, you try that.
But I'm going to lose you if I do that, right?
No, I don't think. No, GoToMeeting shouldn't have anything to do with Safari. You should be able to quit Safari during our meeting.
Okay, I'm going to hit reset.
I'm going to move on to our next person because we do have quite a list here, and I'll come back around to you in a second. David R, are you with us this evening?
Yes.
All right, what have you got?
Well, I have a couple questions. I'll ask one right now. So you know the new iPod Touch?
Yeah.
So my sister has one, and she was asking me, I wasn't really sure how to answer this, because she said the loop thing that connects to the back that she has, does that replace a case?
No.
Because it's around her wrist. If she drops it, it catches. So does she not need a case?
No, I don't really trust this little loop. What you're talking about, if you see my screen, the little back, there's a new button that they've put that you can eject that out, and then there's a little tie, almost like a handle of a Wii remote. If you ever use a Wiimote, you tie that around the bottom, and it's janky at best. I would say don't even use it. Just go with a case.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's go over to the next person. I've got somebody that's we've got some audio feedback, but we'll just keep moving. Emma Day, what's going on this evening?
I can't remember my question. I've got to think about it while you go on.
Okay, well, I'm going to skip you and I'll come back to you. Joan, what's going on?
Really nothing. I'm getting a lot of feedback though.
Yeah, I can hear that too. I've turned down, I can't see anybody that's causing it. Test 1, 2, 3. Man, it's gotten a little bit better. All right, well, Joan, go ahead with your question.
It's not really a question. This afternoon I practiced getting into town hall on my desktop.
Yeah?
And it came up with that download Citrix whatever.
Yeah, we talked a lot about that last week.
Right. And I was able to get in on my laptop, but I prefer to do this on this. So I figured out if I went to, what's it called? Finder, I hit Town Hall and it opened fine. So tonight I did that and Town Hall was gone, but I got in just by clicking on my bookmark up top. So I need to know if I'm on the right version on my desktop.
Well, you're using it right now on your desktop, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I guess that's a yes then. Let me.
But the file disappeared from Finder.
Let me turn this off. Let me turn this off. I've got somebody calling here. The file is not in Finder. Let's jump over and take a look at your computer real quick, okay, Joan?
Yes, thank you.
All right. All right, so you should see a request for us to look at your screen. So, Joan, when you see that, allow us.
Yes, I did.
I am officially stating that I am giving up sodas for the rest of my life. Chris should be. Sodas are out of my life for the rest of my life. After my third bout of kidney stones, I am now sodas from here on out. All right, Joan, we're looking at your desktop here, and you are using GoToMeeting down there in the bottom. If you will move your mouse down to the icon of GoToMeeting with the little
Okay, I need to close something here, and I'm not sure what. Maybe
just why don't you minimize that Safari window? All right. All right, on your dock, on the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see the little yellow flower that represents GoToMeeting. Yes, and you're using version 5.4, so you are using the correct version.
But it didn't work this afternoon. It was weird.
Well,
tonight it worked fine.
Just keep. All I can say is keep doing what you're doing. I may be a little confused by the question of the statement, but it's working now, which is great.
Okay, but it disappeared from Finder. That was my only concern.
Let's see. Open up your Finder window for us, and let's take a look in applications and see if, because we looked for this last week and we didn't spend much time looking for it, but
I had a whole bunch of them last week, and I got rid of the old ones, but now I have none.
Well, go up higher in your applications folder if you would, and then we're going to look at your downloads folder. So if we don't see, there's GoToMeeting. Yeah, right there it is, Joan. It's in the applications folder under the G's, right after Google Chrome Updater or whatever. Yeah, that's
right
it.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's my only issue.
We're in business. All right, we're going to keep jumping over. Joanne is having trouble hearing us this evening. Joanne always has problems. I'm giving her a hard time. Let me see if I can jump back over and show her our PIN ID. So give me a second while I pay a little bit of attention to Joanne, who's having some difficulty this evening here. For those of you who are kind of coming in tonight, haven't been in for a while or first time, GoToMeeting changed their version from version 5.3 to version 5.4, and when they did that, a lot of people trying to join or use GoToMeeting had some problems doing that. So, Joanne, if you can see my screen, I'm going to post the GoToMeeting ID here. because she sent me a text message saying that that's what she was looking for. Joanne, can you tell me, and Joanne's microphone's not working. Joanne, can you tell me what device you're using to connect? You can send me a text message. You might be using your iPad or your iPhone maybe. While we're waiting on Joanne to get her act together, we're going to go to Cheryl. All right, Cheryl, what's up this evening?
Oh, skip me for now.
Okay. All right, well, then we're going to go to the top of the list. Chris, thank you for your patience. What's going on?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. I've got my laptop here and I found, you probably encountered this problem, but I think it was after I downloaded the latest Safari, I can't get any Flash player to play, and I've been trying to download the new version and get rid of the old version and installing it, and nothing seems to help.
All right. So, and I have seen this lots with people lately. For some reason, and I don't know why it is, because people who are completely proficient, for some reason there's a problem. Let's see if I can help you here. Flash, Adobe, Mac. Flash is a thorn in my side and a thorn in all of our side. And this time next year, I don't think we're going to be talking about it at all. But for now, we still have to deal with Flash. And Flash is a piece of software that's used by, that Adobe wrote. I've got tons of people sending me text messages here, so excuse my distractions. That Adobe wrote that gives us the ability to see flying little things around our websites and certain video within the website. So it's really a pain in the butt because it's a dying piece of technology. It's been replaced by something that's far superior to it, but we still need it for certain websites that have not updated to things. Chris, I'm going to put in the notes here this website that we're going to have you go to and install right from here, which you may have already done, but it should be in your GoToMeeting control panel. Chris, if you look at the very bottom, click that, and you're going to try to get that installed. It's going to download the installer. Then you're going to go to the downloads folder. Do you see that link at the very bottom there, Chris? Oh yeah, you're using this on a different machine. It's
Yeah, I'm on my laptop, which is the video. I'm under Chris K on the laptop, but I can do it.
So try the get2.adobe.com/flash player. Joanne, I think we can hear you now. Joanne, what's going on?
Oh, finally. I've got 1,000 questions, but the first one is, I have the 16 gigabyte iPhone 5,
Yes.
and it's telling me I only have 2.2 gigs left.
Yes. Yes, I believe that. Give me a second
I
to
have
set.
603 photos, 6 videos, and 860 songs.
Okay.
And 603 photos.
Give me a second, and I'm going to walk you through how to do that. Let me first turn on my device so that you can see it as well. I rushed in here this evening, so I'm a little bit behind schedule and trying to get things set up as usual, but hopefully I'll be able to get this mirrored in just a second. Okay.
In the meantime, how do I enable cookies on the MacBook Pro?
Okay. Well, I'm going to answer the first question about storage, and then we're going to jump over to the other question in just a second. And Chris, I'm going to come right back to you in just a moment. So your phone is full of things, and if you were to go into the settings and you were to look at, I think it's general, then you were to look at, I think it's usage?
Yes.
Yeah, you would see a long list of lots and lots and lots of things. You can delete some of these things from here, but what has happened is you filled your phone up with miscellaneous things, either pictures or apps, things like that. So you can see on my phone, I've got 3.4 gigs worth of pictures and video. So maybe I don't need all those. Now, if I select on one, I'm going to click on Photos right now. It would then show me a breakdown. Well, in your camera roll, you have this much. In PhotoStream, that's taking up this much. So maybe it's time for me to clear out PhotoStream. In music, I could delete that. If I swipe it, I could delete all of the music off of my device if I wanted to. But what you're probably going to want to look at is what applications are taking up the most space. Now for me, podcasts. So if I really wanted to delete some stuff, I could come over here and I could delete certain podcasts off. But this is how you're going to... The iPhone and iPad are now built in such a way that we don't need computers anymore to manage them, because there are a lot of people that have these devices that don't have computers. So this is where you would go to remove data off of your device if you are not using iTunes to do it. Have I made any sense so far?
Okay. If I remove music on the iPhone, will it remove music anywhere else?
No, it'll only remove it from your device.
Okay.
Now, as a side note, notice down below I'm using Spotify. Well, I really love Spotify, and the application is taking up about 300 megs, but I have access to every single song in the entire world, but I'm also paying $8 a month to use Spotify. With music, there's a service that Apple has that's kind of like that called iTunes Match, where you pay $25 a year and you have access, and notice I'm using the keyword access. I have access, or the ability to access, all of my music that's sitting back on my computer in iTunes if I pay Apple $25. So if I pay Apple $25, I would not have any music locally stored on my device. I just have a list of all the songs in the world, and then I could go and download or stream those particular songs.
What should we be storing on iCloud?
Okay, iCloud is a completely different conversation. iTunes Match and iCloud are very different things. iCloud, everybody gets it for free, and you're storing your contacts, your calendars, some pages, documents, things like that. But iTunes Match is a paid service that you are paying Apple to sync your music through the cloud. All right? Before I get to your next question, I'm going to jump back over to Chris here, who, because I kind of left you high and dry. Chris, what was the follow-up on that?
I'm downloading Adobe Flash Player 11 now. It's in the process of downloading.
Okay, so once that's downloaded, you're going to double-click to install that. You're going to have to quit all of your browsers to install that. All right, so I'm just going to...
That's fine. You can go to somebody else with it.
Okay, I'm just going to skip you and then move to the next person. I'm going to come back to Cheryl real quickly. Cheryl, did you have something that came to mind?
Yes. In numbers, I was wondering if you knew if there was a way to reorganize the tables to alphabetical order.
I get asked this question a lot. What you want to do is in numbers you have a column of data, and you've got like Sally and Jim and Scotty and Bob, and you want to arrange that column in alphabetical order. Is that right?
Well, you're welcome to see my screen if you want. When new products get added, in order to add it in alphabetically, you have to constantly move the entire boxes around.
Yeah, there is a way to sort these. The answer to this question is...
I tried and I couldn't figure it out.
Well, I'm pretty sure that the answer to this question is yes, this can happen, but B, it might take me longer than I think everybody wants to wait for me to answer this question to find it.
Things right here. Started out, Blue Ridge, Bravo, and then like if I add one, if I put new table, like if I put new table, it comes up way up at the top, and I have to bring it all the way down here. And if I can't, it won't let me put it in between, like right here between two products.
But do you want to alphabetize these, or do you just want to be able to input a new?
Well, I would like to alphabetize them, but if there's another way to do it, the only way when I add another product, I have to go all the way down to the bottom and stick it down here.
Okay. Well, let me show you a couple of different things. I'm going to jump back over to my screen, and this might help you, or it might just be completely worthless. Here I've got a numbers document set up, and you'll see that in just a second. and let's see, Larry and Jim. And what I've done is I've added, now these first ones are in alphabetical order, Bob, John, Misty, Scotty, but now I've just added some new ones, Larry, Jim, Sally, that kind of thing. So now they're out of alphabetical order. If I go up to the top column, this is to answer how you organize things alphabetically. If I go up to the very top, this is the B column in my spreadsheet, in numbers, and I do a right click, I have the ability to sort either ascending or descending. And if I sort, then it should rearrange them, and it's rearranged them in alphabetical order. Now, that's part one of the answer. So if you want to organize these alphabetically, go to the very top of the letter, of the column, that is, right-click and sort ascending or descending. That will do it alphabetically. But if I don't really want to go through that, if I want to add somebody in between John and Larry, and let me see if I can increase the size of this.
I mean, I know how to do it in the letters. I just don't know how to do it to the left where it says sheet and tables.
Well, you should be able to add a row above or below. If you do a right click within, and I don't know if this is answering your question, but if I need to put...
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
See where it says sheet 1 and table 1?
No, because I've left your screen. Let me jump back over to your screen.
No, even on your own, even on yours.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so keep going, follow.
Can you hit show my screen again?
Well, we can look at yours or we can look at mine, either one. If you just want to go off of mine, just tell me what you're looking at then.
Well, I just gave you permission for my screen.
All right, that's fine. So we're looking at yours.
Column A and B and all that. I know how to advertise them there, but see to the left where it says sheet 1.
All right, these are separate sheets within. All right.
All right, these are the tables. Yeah,
I see.
Like you just had tables on yours.
Yeah. Okay.
Gotta be a way. I just can't figure it out.
Yeah. Well, you've trumped me here because I was thinking within the Excel spreadsheet is what you were working on, but you're talking about the separate sheets over on the left-hand side.
Right, like you can make a whole nother sheet, but under each sheet comes tables. Like, okay, if I add one, well, that's the problem. Okay, so you add another table, basic, and then I gotta drag it way down here.
I see.
Pain in the butt, because if I just leave it here, it's gonna go over top.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go way down here, and that throws everything no longer in alphabetical order.
I see.
Yeah, and so here is the new table.
Yeah.
So I have to.
Well, can you pull it up just a little bit more? I want to see the very bottom of this of numbers. If you could pull the application up just a little bit higher, even though it might cover up some of the screens that you're looking at. I want to see the very bottom. I want to see if these tables are listed as separate sheets. It doesn't look like they are.
Yeah, I mean, I could add a sheet, but
yeah. See,
let's see, here will be a sheet, and then there's new tables under that second sheet.
Yeah,
But now I'm under sheet 1, table 25.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is that's a lot of tables for one sheet, if you know what I mean.
Right.
And it's the way that you're working with it right now. But what you end up with is an Excel spreadsheet that's like 9 feet long.
Well, see, nobody gets this, so to me, it's rather than I can just click on and it bring me right to where I need to be.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not like it's being emailed or
Right. What I would do if I were doing the same type of functionality, I would have separate sheets. I would have maybe 6 or 7 sheets with 4 or 5 of those tables within each sheet. But that's just me. So I don't know an answer to your question as far as trying to re-alphabetize those tables individually. There probably is a way, but I don't know the answer to it right now. But I will make a note and see if I can find it.
I've tried the reorganizing of, sort. I tried to find it, but
Well, Google is much smarter than I am, so I'll do some research on it, and if I find the answer, I'll post it to the notes and send you an email. So let me, so I've done that before with you, haven't I?
no, but that'll work for me.
I've answered these questions. I've answered your questions before. The dog, the cutting the, and posted it up to the web.
Oh, that was on your I did that with you're watching your previous home meeting.
Right. Okay. So sorting by table. All right, I'll try to answer that for you if I can. All right, let's jump over. Emma Day, I felt like I jumped over and you didn't ask anything. Do you have anything for us now?
I do want to know a couple of things.
Let's hear.
Like for instance, at Lowe's or something, and you get a card of Lowe's and you're trying to keep the information there. And to put it on your computer, they say swipe it off something. What do you do to swipe something on your computer? Or scan it on the computer?
I need you to ask the question a little differently because I'm not exactly sure what you're asking me. Can you
Well,
go ahead?
if they say, after they've given me a card to fill out the paperwork, and they say, scan this onto your computer and you will see what we have listed for you. Instead of having to keep receipts, they say, if you do that, we could go get the merchandise on the day that you did it and return it. So, I was just saying you have to have a special device. I don't know how to do it. And there was another thing about comparing prices. This woman made called Snapshot or something, where you go into a store and you're looking at a toy and you scan the price and it'll pop up where you can find it for what price everywhere.
Yeah. Now there are programs that you can do that. There are apps that you can buy on your phone, or not buy. You can download most of these for free. Like the one that I'm thinking of right now is one called Red Laser. Red Laser is one. If you go in the App Store and you can look up Red Laser, what you do with your phone is you basically take a picture of the UPC code, and that UPC code tells you information about that product. So let me see if I can find Red Laser here in the App Store. And of course, I'm looking for this on my phone right now, and you can do this as well. This is a barcode scanner, and see what it kind of says. It says, hey, if you scan this item, it says that Sears has it for this much, and Kmart has it for this much, and Best Buy has it for that much. So that's the second part of your question, and there are lots of different programs that will do this. Red Laser is one of the more famous ones because I think it was sort of first to the market, and it has high ratings there. So you could download that. You can go into the store, like if you're shopping for a vacuum cleaner and you're at Walmart and you want to know if somebody has it cheaper than Walmart. You take your phone out, you hold it up, and you take a picture through Red Laser of the UPC code, and then it would tell you more information. And it's probably so good now that it would say, Walmart where you're at right now has it for this much. Target right down the road has it for this much, and Lowe's has it for that much. And it would even show you a map of where you could go and buy that stuff.
So what you do is open Red Laser and then take a picture.
That's right.
In Red Laser, and they would give you that information.
That's right. And this would be a good one to start with. And there are plenty out there that will do this. There's lots of things. Monoprice has an app that usually finds. Price Finder has an app as well. So there are lots of different apps out there. To answer your first question, though, to go back, are you asking me, Emma Day, about how to scan an actual piece of paper onto your computer? Is that what you're maybe asking?
It could be a card with a number on it or a barcode on it or something.
Okay.
Did you take a picture of that?
Yes. Yeah, there are apps now. I don't know the name of one off the top of my head, but I bet one of these guys in the meeting here would know. There are apps out there that you can take a business card, and let's say this is my business card here, and I hold it up and I take a picture of that business card, and then the app will pull the information off. It'll pull the phone number, it'll pull the address off, and it will put it into your address book for you. Does anybody know the name of one of those apps right now off the top of your head, that a card reader?
There's two paid ones I know of. Paperboard is one of them.
What was that?
And the Paperboard, and the other one is the Neat computer software.
Daryl, turn your volume down and say it again. You might be the one with the feedback. All right.
Okay, is that better?
No, somebody maybe has their volume up a little bit too loud. That's why headphones really work well. All right, Daryl, tell us the name of those again. Okay.
and neat.
Okay. Paper, port, and neat. So this one here, this one's yeah. So you would scan from the camera. You can see there. And then you said neat, as in keep your room neat.
Yes, neat. But the neat one is a paid one, I think.
It seems to be free here, but see if there's anything else. So try a couple of those, Emma Day. All right. But yeah, there is the ability if someone hands you their business card, instead of keeping their business card, you could hold your phone up, take a picture of their card, and then it extracts that information off of their card. I have not found those to work very well for myself, therefore I don't really use them. I hold the business card until I get home, and then I input it in manually myself. Because every business card is so drastically different designed, and these programs are supposed to be able to pull the company logo of the card off, but people have such different and interesting cards. I'm going to jump back up to the top here, and I'm going to just run down the list again. So Chris K, I've got Chris Kibler, but I've also got Chris K that just joined us. Chris, your microphone right now is not turned on. Oh, that's you. That's you on the other one. I'm sorry. Okay. All right, so we'll just go back to you then. So the Flash, successful or not?
It was, see what it did is it downloaded it into supposedly Chrome, and when I tried it, it works in Chrome, but if I go into Safari,
that plugin should work. It should work universally. Once you install Flash, you should install the Flash plugin for all browsers. So can we jump over and take a look at that real quick?
All right, what do you want to look at?
The computer that you're not using audio from, and I guess that's the one. Let me see if I send the right one over to you here. Tell me, is this the right computer we want to look at?
Yes.
Okay, so allow us to see that in a second.
You made it show my screen.
Yes.
It's just my website, and it's supposed to have Flash playing, and right
Okay.
under the little headings there.
Okay, so here's a pro tip. Talk to your web designer and have them abandon Flash as soon as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, get off of Flash, because anything that you're creating here, I can't see on an iPad, and nobody else can either.
What is you mentioned the newer, better version that people are going to. What is that called?
HTML5. Yeah, HTML5 is a standard. You've heard of HTML. HTML5 is it's an open source standard. Nobody has to pay any fees. So it's really nice. And it's a lot more stable, and the code is a lot trimmer. It's a lot faster, a better experience.
What version of Flash should we be on?
It changes every week, John.
I constantly get updates.
Yeah, Flash. I can't say enough bad about Flash, so I'm gonna really push that. But let me see here. I'm gonna go to this site. We go to the same site here.
11.5.502.136.
Okay, so it's pulling up on mine. I'm seeing the pictures of people scrolling through. So yeah, there's definitely an issue going on your side of things, Chris. So let's see again. I'm going to see if I can jump in and take control as well. Can I? Give me a second here. There we go. Okay. You should see a request for me to take control. All right, great. Let's come up here and do this real quick. Will you select there, Chris, at the very top? Will you select all of that? I want to do a search in there.
You left all that?
Select that entire field up there with the website. You can do a triple click, or I need to be able to search. So go up and clear that field where it's the www.com. Clear that out of there. Thank you. All right. And I know that you've already done this. I'm just going to follow up behind you here. And we're going to do it from Safari. It should apply it to all browsers, though. All right. And I know you've gone through this probably.
Yeah, I've looked on some blogs, and there's been some answers, but they want you to go into the library and get rid of the Flash plugin, and there's some other plugin that they say you need to get rid of. And, it's kind of inconsistent about the success of doing that for different people.
Yeah. Well, this is the kind of thing where I may be able to. I know I can definitely solve it in person too. Oh gosh, you got it a million times here. Go up to this top one and double click that one for us. Well then, yeah, you're kind of behind that. Then let's go open up a Finder window. So go to the Picasso Happy Face. All right, let's run that. That doesn't seem to be the right one, but let's run it.
This one right here?
Yeah, that doesn't feel right to me, but let's try it. I install Flash every day. Did you double click that?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So let's kick that, and we should see once I see the progress bar. Put your password in, which we cannot see. Now you'll need to quit Safari. That's wrong. Flash Player installer. This isn't right. That doesn't look right.
Yeah, this is the one that just downloaded too, I think. Well, it always gives you Google Chrome.
Yeah.
Downloaded it.
Yeah, that's not right. Flash Player installer. It looks the installer window looks different than that. And like I said, I do this every day, and that installer window is different. You're installing something different than what that is. Yeah, cool. Well, just let it finish its process. That's not right though. Let's go back to Safari. Or actually, go to your downloads folder. I know that you have we've already downloaded this probably 4 times. So open up a Finder window with Picasso. I mean, with the Picasso face. That's what I call it these days.
I just did. Just go under the down at the bottom of the Finder.
Yeah. Either way, we just want to get a Finder window.
This one comes up right here. When I hit that.
Okay, close that window. Hit red button that out.
You know what? I might have been right.
Yeah, there we go. All right, open up another Finder window for us then. All right, go to your downloads folder. So go into your house, which is the .kibler. There you go. And now we're going to go to the downloads folder. And if you would do me a favor, actually, I'm going to do the favor for us here. I'm going to take control. I think I'm in control. Go to this third view. There we go. All right, now we can see a little bit better. So we're going to go to downloads. And now if you will scroll down to, oh, there it is right there. See that says Crow? That probably stands for Chrome. So we're downloading the wrong plugin. Will you stretch this window out a little bit farther? Yeah.
This one.
Yeah. Pull that across. I want to see the names of all these. Chrome AI. All right, well, let's fire that one up. It might be the same one. But there should not be an individual. Meanwhile, I'm going to do this myself. And Flash is a problem with everybody. We all have this problem.
Has it happened more with the recent update?
No, I don't think so. But
Okay.
it's not surprising if it does. Let's see if I can get it here. You know, luckily I don't have to deal with Windows in what I do, but I do have to deal with Flash.
Like there's so much stuff on YouTube that deals with Flash, isn't there?
But it's all been converted on the back end, so everything is accessible through an iPad. Yeah.
It used to be that you would have to go to youtube.com/html, but now it's like you can just go to the website and it works on an iPad or an iPhone.
Yeah, it's all on the back end. That's been solved. Optional. No, don't. All right, let's see if we can get this download. They've just changed this recently. No, you're downloading the right one. This has changed. I probably installed this earlier today, and this wasn't like this. I'm seeing the same thing that you're seeing.
As far as the download window.
Yeah. Let me go to that. We're going to get off of this. We're going to give up here in a second. But let me go to the site and see if it's showing. If Flash is showing on that page. I've gone to your website on one computer, and it's showing fine. I'm going on the computer that I'm using now. And I'll tell you if that Flash is there. You might also, yeah, Flash is there on that one. You might also talk to your web designer about the picture of the family in the lower half is a really high-res picture. They can reduce the quality or the size of that picture so it loads really fast. Right now it's like loading, 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 which tells me it's a really high-quality picture and you don't really need it. So Flash is working over here on both of these browsers.
Is that Safari and Chrome?
I'm using Safari on two different computers, and I'm seeing Flash working on your site on both.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I'm going to pause on that. Go ahead.
It works on my Chrome on this computer, but just not my Safari. So that it boils down to something with Safari.
Well, it looks like you just got something that said it was successful again. And this is, are we looking at the computer that you're looking at?
Yes.
Okay.
It's under Chrome though.
Yeah. So quit Chrome and go back to Safari and see if that helps at all. I'm going to jump around. I'm going to skip to some other people here. I'm going to start back at the top of the list there. Daryl, did we have something else that you wanted to talk about this evening or another question?
Yes, I'm having trouble playing the video files from some of my websites.
Okay, so this is a great question that everybody will encounter at some point in time or another. There are two pieces of software out there that are very, very handy for you. One is from a company called Telestream, and they're both free. One is from a company called Telestream, and it is called Flip for Mac. So you've probably heard me talk about this before. So if you just do a Google search for Flip for Mac, what you want to do is go to that site and download that Flip for Mac plugin. What Flip for Mac is it's a player that talks. It's a piece of software that talks to QuickTime, and it says, hey, if Daryl gets a WMV file, or if Daryl gets a WMA file from another user, let QuickTime convert it and use QuickTime technology to read it. So you're going to do a Google search for Flip for Mac, and that's spelled Flip with the number 4, Mac, and that's going to take you to Telestream, and you download the free player. They have a paid version. Do not use the paid version. All you need is the free player. After that's done, you will see in your system preferences a new preference pane. I'm waiting for my system preferences to load. And that new preference pane, whenever my there it is. When that loads up, there it is. You will see you have Flip for Mac as a preference pane there too. So you could do some things like make it pop up as a separate window, but you really don't need to go in and tweak those settings at all. You can just leave it the way it is. But Flip for Mac allows QuickTime to view WMV files. That's number one.
Okay.
Number two is VLC. Everyone should have a copy of VLC on their computer. So if you go to, I think it's vlc.org actually, it is an open source. No, that's not vlc.org. Let's just do a search for it. VLC. VLC. VLC is, I call it the Swiss Army knife of video players. This is the page you want to get to. Its icon is an orange road cone. If you ever get a piece of video that's sent to you that is not opening, if you do a right click and choose to open with, and then choose VLC, VLC will probably open it.
Okay, so if I'm clicking a link on a website and it's not, and I hit the audio but I don't get any video.
Flip for Mac will probably play it. Flip for Mac also sees inside the web page. VLC does not see inside the web page like a link. And it depends on the link what it is. It could be Real Player, but there are only two groups really that still use Real Player. One is NASA and the other is the adult entertainment industry. But pretty much nobody else uses Real Player that I can think of. So you might go and grab Real Player, but all Real Player, Flip for Mac, they all look inside the browser, and if I have posted a WMV file in my browser and you go to click on it, that's Flip for Mac would also play it.
Okay, there's a Real Player for Mac?
Yes, there is. I would only get involved with Real Player if you know absolutely for a fact that these videos are .rm files.
Well, they're coming from health underwriters out of DC, and it's all the new compliance stuff for groups and organizations and things like that.
Now,
and they're really good. They're really good videos, but I can't get them to help my client.
I bet they're WMV videos, and I bet that Flip for Mac will solve it.
Yeah, and the insurance industry is typically behind the times, so I'll try both of those and keep away from Real Player.
All right. Emma Day, what have you got? Still with us?
Yes, I wanted to ask a couple of things. One, how you get GoToMeeting on the iPad and on the phone? And two, can you advertise the iPad and the iPhone lists?
Okay, so the answer to the second question first, I don't know of a way to alphabetize. Are you talking about alphabetizing the apps?
No, I'm talking about the names
In your address book?
yeah.
Okay.
All in your favorites or whatever.
All right, that one can be done, but I've lost my connection to my. Let me see if I can get my connection back. For some reason, give me a second and see if I can bring this back up again. Let's see if I can get my phone. There we go. Okay. I can't, with your favorites, let's see if this will pull up. The only way that I know of to alphabetize favorites, and you're going to see my favorites here, is to go into the favorites area and then choose to edit and then drag those around by clicking the right hand and pulling those things around left and right. All right? So that's the only way you're going to be able to alphabetize them, and that's manually. So again, you go to the phone, then choose edit, and with the handle on the right-hand side, you would grab and drag those things up and down. All right? Now, the second question was, what was the first question again?
The first question was how do you get meeting on your iPad?
Okay.
And your iPhone?
Yeah, and that's an easy one too. On your phone, you're going to go to your iPad, you go to the App Store, and just like we were looking for Red Laser, you look for Go to Meeting. And when you see that, just select it, and then you'll download that just like the others. And that's actually a little app. On the GoToMeeting on the iPad and iPhone, I don't know, I'm sure on the iPhone, you can't see the cameras that people put out. That may have changed on the iPad, but it is limited and the quality's not all that great. But I think that you have used your iPad before to join us in a GoToMeeting when you were at the beach, I believe.
No, that was the laptop.
Okay. Well, yeah, just so you know, that's what you do. There's just the quality is not all that great. And I cannot control a device. Like you've seen me remote into other people's devices tonight. I cannot control those iPads and iPhones. But that's available for free at the App Store. Say that again?
But you can listen.
Yes. Yeah, and you can watch.
Actively.
Yes. All right, Joan, did you have something else with us? No?
No, thank you.
All right, skipping over. Joanne, you've been so patient this evening. Joanne, are you still with us?
You have been, because I'm so frustrated.
I know.
I can't get to you on the MacBook Pro because it says I need to enable cookies in the privacy settings, and I don't know how to do that.
All right, so let's take a look at that in Safari again. And I believe you asked about this last week as well. So in Safari, let's look at our preferences. Oh, by the way, while we're in this, if you're in your Safari preferences and you go to security, and this is for everybody, the Department of Homeland Security has just announced this week that Java is horrible and terrible. So they recommend that everyone disables Java. Now, Java is different than JavaScript, but basically Java is a vulnerability for all computers, and they are saying that the most recent versions of Java are so bad that everyone in the world should turn off Java. If you turn off Java, it is very possible that you go to a site and something on that site would say, we're sorry, you can't see this because Java is not enabled. So just so you know. But I thought I would pass that on to you. Now to get to cookies, all right, David, where are you? Why aren't you helping us out here?
How did you get to privacy settings?
Okay, in Safari, you go to Safari and then you choose Preferences. Once you choose Preferences, then you go to Security. All right. Now, where were those cookies? Let me see if I can find. Okay, here it is. Under Privacy. All right, are you following me, Joanne?
Where's privacy?
It's right next to the word Security in your Preferences for Safari.
Gotcha.
All right, so you want to look at that. And you have three choices here. You can either say, I only want to accept, or I want to block cookies from places that I'm not going to. So let's say I go to Amazon.com and there's an ad for Ford cars on Amazon. It will allow Amazon to put cookies onto my machine, but it will not allow Ford to put cookies because Ford is an ad on that page. And for those of you who don't know, a cookie is a little piece of software that's sitting on your computer so that the next time you come back to that website, it will say, hello, Scotty, how have you been? Would you like to look at the pair of shoes that you shopped for last time? But if I blocked all those cookies, then it would not know that I shopped for those shoes last time. Therefore, it would not present shoes to me the next time I go to Amazon. So, Joanne, what is your setting right now for cookies?
I don't know, because I'm on the iMac upstairs.
Okay.
Which I guess works fine, but I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay, well that's the setting you're going to go to in Safari. Under the word Safari, choose Preferences, and then select Privacy. And then you will select...
Okay. I have blocked cookies from third parties and advertisers.
Okay, and it's still giving you the problem where you're not able to join in?
Correct.
Then I would choose, the next thing you should try is to say, well look, always accept the cookies and then try it again. If that doesn't work, then we know that there's another issue going on, and it's probably on the GoToMeeting side and not Safari side. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Do you have yours checked on always, Scotty?
No, I had it selected to third parties and advertisers. Anybody else taking a look at their settings? Daryl, have you looked at your settings? And obviously you're using GoToMeeting.
Yeah, third party and advertisers, and it works fine.
Yeah, and Joanne, on this machine that we're looking at right now, what do you have it set as? Well, we're not looking at your machine right now, but the machine that you're using this evening, what do you have it set as?
I'm getting there.
That's fine.
This is the iMac upstairs, and it is set from third parties and advertisers.
So you're just not really sure right now about the MacBook downstairs on whether it's set for third parties?
Well, it was set for third parties, and I just moved it to always.
And are you, after you set it to always, you're still having problems joining in?
I don't know, I haven't tried yet.
Okay. Well, if you want to take a shot at it right now, we might be on for a few more seconds. We're coming to a close, but I'm going to hang out because I felt like I might have skipped over some people. I want to make sure I get as many questions as I can.
Okay.
Cheryl, let's jump over to you. Did you have, besides the question that you sent me into that I've tabled, did you have another one?
The last meeting that we were at, you wanted me to update my iPad.
Yes.
And I did it, and of course this was, weeks ago now because of the holidays and stuff, and I came across a question that I don't remember exactly what the question was, but apparently I clicked the wrong one, and I lost everything on the iPad.
Okay.
So now it's like iPad, which is fine. There was nothing, I didn't really want pictures, the thousands of pictures synced into the iPad and all those emails. I had asked you before if there was a way to block my emails from when other people are using my iPad.
Yeah.
So they're all gone now.
Yeah.
And I have since joined Gmail that you wanted me to do.
Right on. All right.
And that is, I have a Gmail email on the iPad, but not on my iMac yet, which is another day.
Yeah.
But iPad is completely different after I was just starting to get used to it before. Is there anything I should set up in this iPad, any type of security? Is there anything I should be doing with this? Like, I don't know what the iCloud is because that wasn't available to me back then.
Right.
Is there anything in here I can make sure that it's set correctly?
Well, one of the things that you'll do is you're going to go into your settings, and let me increase the size of this so you can see a little bit more. There's two things you want to do. In settings, let me go back to the front page of settings here. There I am in my front page. You want to, make sure that you're joining your Wi-Fi network. All right, that's easy enough. You probably already are on your Wi-Fi network. But the two main things are, who are you signed in as iCloud, and who are you signed into as the iTunes and App Store. Now, when you sign in as your Apple ID in the iTunes and App Store, and again, that's right there in iTunes and App Store, you can go back, if you're signed in to the right person, you can go back and re-download all the apps that you lost very easily. So here's how you would do that. And let me close that door. My dogs have decided to join in the conversation.
Hi, Joan.
Hi, Daryl.
You wanna have a conversation after we quit here?
I wanted to know.
I'm not too sure.
All right.
I just want an update on what's going on, that's all.
So,
Okay, I can, okay.
so Cheryl, in order to get those apps back that you lost, here's one and probably the easiest way you could do it. On your iPad, you need to go and find the App Store. All right. Once you find the App Store, you can select Updates, or on the iPad, it might say the word Purchases. Notice here across the top it says Purchased. If I select Purchases, it will give me a list of all the apps that I've ever purchased, and you'll see a little Install button right next to each one of them. And you can just click, 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 and install all of those, and those will come back to you.
Are you still under settings?
Yes. Well, no. I left settings and I went to App
Okay.
Store.
I thought you wanted me to go to settings. Okay.
Well, I want you to make sure that you're logged into an Apple ID. So the first thing that I did, and this is recorded so you can go back to the video too, but you go to Settings first, and you make sure that in Settings, under the App Store, you are logged in to an Apple ID, which is probably yours. Mine is sellsatmac.com. Yours is something. That's
Where do you see an Apple ID? Like, I'm under settings and I don't see Apple ID anywhere.
okay. Under iTunes and App Store, this one that I've got selected in blue. See that one?
No.
Can you see my screen? Can you guys see my screen?
Oh, wait. Door down the bottom? Door?
Yes, you have the original iPad, don't you? In other words, if you look at my phone, you see how my phone has a flat edge on the side?
Yeah.
It's sort of a silver metal. Does your iPad also have a silver flat metal across the side?
Yes.
Okay, you have the original iPad, just like me. And the original iPad will not go to iOS 6. One of the differences between iOS 6 and iOS 5 is that iOS 5, the iTunes Store, is called Store. In iOS 6, it's called iTunes and App Store. So you will go to Store.
Okay, so click on store.
And do you see that you were
And
logged
now
in?
I see Apple ID.
And you are logged in as something, your Apple ID, right?
It just says my email address.
Fine.
And it's on the iPad.
Okay, so yes, you are logged in. So now that you know that you're logged in, you go back to the App Store. And there's the App Store right there.
And
Mine's,
that's on the front page or?
it's wherever it sits on your, everybody's is different. So it's a blue with a little A.
Okay.
All right,
Click on
so
that.
you're going to select that. Then you're going to find, I think on your device it says the word purchases or purchased on the bottom. If not, then it's under updates. I just don't know which it is on that iPad.
And now you're reminding me, I kept saying something about that, asking me about purchased apps, which of course I don't even remember purchasing any apps, but it says you have some, but yet I couldn't find any.
Well, this where I'm taking you is a list of every app that you've purchased under that Apple ID. And as anybody that knows that we've talked about this before, everybody has more than one Apple ID, whether they like it or not. And this is just a list of the items that we've had under this Apple ID. You may have purchased under a whole different Apple ID in the past. So it's really confusing.
Okay, so I clicked on, you want me to click on purchase?
Yeah, and then you can, what I'm saying is you can download or you can re-download those purchases from the past. See, here's some that I've purchased. And I can go through and I can find ones that are not on my device and I can download them. All right? That's
When I clicked on it's just saying 3 apps, Skyfire, Barcode Reader, and Google Earth.
so maybe you have not added many apps to your iPad.
I haven't bought any apps in the iMac or iPad.
Okay.
I don't think I bought any. So when it kept popping up saying you have purchased apps and telling me to do something, I couldn't find what it wanted me to do.
Well, keep in mind that when people say purchase or when Apple says purchased, it means free and things that you bought. And the large majority of apps that we all use are free apps. Most of us don't purchase a lot of apps. You might buy Angry Birds for $5, but you download the movie app for free. So even if you see the word purchased, it probably means that you just downloaded them for free. So what I would suggest to you is go shopping, Cheryl. Go into the App Store. Go into... What's that?
Now, it's at the top, it says it's got highlighted all, and then it says not on this iPad.
Right. Where I'm driving you to here, Cheryl, is this area where you can re-download the apps that you have acquired in the past. So there's a great way to say, oh, well, which ones are not on this iPad? Oh, those, and then you just click download, download, download. But that doesn't mean, that's only the ones that you may have downloaded in the past. What about all the other great ones out there? If you go to the top of the charts or featured, it will show you lots and lots of apps that are out there that you can download free and paid ones. And I would just stick with the free ones and just go through and download to your heart's content. All right?
So you just hit install again?
Yes, that's right. See, we know along the same lines, we no longer have to back up the apps that we bought. We no longer have to back up the songs or the movies that we bought. Apple, after about 1.5 years ago, they flipped a switch and they said, you know what? We're going to let you download these as many times as you want for the rest of your life. So used to, when you bought a song, they would say, you better burn this to a CD and back it up because we're not going to let you download it again. But now you can just re-download it at any time that you'd like. All right? All right, I'm going to jump back up to Chris. Chris, yes.
Yeah, actually, I figured it out. I had enabled pop-ups, so when I did that, this flash came up.
So is Flash working in Safari now? Nice. Excellent.
I did the pop-ups of them, so we're good to go.
Interesting. So pop-ups were affecting it?
Yep.
That's weird. That's kind of weird.
Well, something written in the thing, because all their icons and everything. In order to view them on their website to get designed, you have to enable pop-ups for you to be able to see it on a live.
Yeah.
That's how they do it.
That's weird. Well, I am pushing strongly, kind of being a jerk about it. Get away from Flash when you can.
All right. I'll let them know.
Simply, people can't see it on the iPad. And wouldn't it be great if you're working in your business and you hold up the iPad and you want to maybe go through with a client and you can't see the thing on your page the way you want to. So HTML would solve that. I'm going to jump back real quick with Cheryl. In the future, and this is for anybody, if you ever plug your device up and it erases it because you, frankly, were not reading the fine print, and it says by syncing this device, it will remove all the content on the device right now and it will replace it with this. If we don't read the fine print and we end up with an erased device, there is a way to bring the information that you had on the other device back besides downloading every individual app like we were just talking about. And that is to restore from a backup. Now, right now, my iTunes that I've got on my computer is not open because I've got another hard drive that's not connected. But in iTunes, you can right-click on the iPhone or the iPad when it's in iTunes on the left-hand side. If you right-click on it, one of the choices would be restore from a backup. And you could bring all the information that the last backup that you had and put it right back onto the device, including everything. So I highly recommend that you, every once in a while, connect it with a cable and make a backup of your phone or your iPad in iTunes. Therefore, you can restore it from the backup later if you really needed to. So,
And what type of backup, like iCloud or?
That's a great question. There are two ways to back up your data. And if we're looking here in my phone and I go to settings and I go all the way, if I go to iCloud. Now, Cheryl, I've already logged into an iCloud account. I'm going to assume that you've not yet. But once you do log into an iCloud account, one of the things that you can do is use iCloud as storage and backup. And that's at the very bottom there. But I do not recommend using iCloud as storage and backup. Notice right now I have 25 gigs of space for iCloud. Now, what is being backed up to this 25 gigs of space? Well, all my apps, my songs, some videos that I shot. But do I really need to back those up? And the answer is not through iCloud, I don't. First of all, Apple is pulling a little fast one on us. They've given me 25 gigs, and they may have given some of you extra space because you were Mobile Me members in the past, but they're going to pull that rug out from under you within the year. In 2013, you're going to get an email from Apple saying, if you were using this service, they're going to say, we really hope that you enjoyed using iCloud storage, but now we've reduced you down to 5 gigs of data. And we've noticed that your phone has more than 5 gigs of data on it. To continue using this, now you need to pay us more money. So I say to people, do not use iCloud as a backup. Turn that off and just plug it up to your computer every once in a while, and even you could even do it wirelessly. Now there's a setting in iTunes to sync your phone wirelessly. You're not going to lose. If you drop this phone in the lake, boom, it goes away and it falls in the lake. You're not, like I did, you're not going to lose your apps because you can re-download them. You're not going to lose your music because it's in iTunes already. You're not going to lose your contacts and your calendars because those are being handled through iCloud regardless of whether you turn on iCloud backup or not. You're not going to lose, well, I should say, you're going to lose your videos regardless. Your videos that you shoot, if I'm shooting a video of a soccer game, the videos do not go through iCloud's photo stream. Videos don't travel through PhotoStream right now. So they would not have backed up if you were using iCloud backup until you got to a Wi-Fi network anyway. You might as well get home to your own Wi-Fi network and back them up that way. I know I've added a lot of information here, but the moral of the story is I suggest don't use iCloud as a backup. That way you don't get bothered from Apple when they tell you your backup is full. I get an email every day from somebody saying, Scotty, I'm getting a message from Apple saying that my backup is full with iCloud. Pay more money. You don't need to. Just use.
I've been signed up with not that I knew of the iCloud.
Yeah.
But now that you're talking about it, apparently it signed me up on its own.
Good.
And it does say 5 gigabytes free, and then it says payment information underneath that you want to pay. Now let's put your password again. but it was just showing something like $10 for 15 GB.
Gigs. Yeah, I don't think that's necessary. I mean,
Yeah.
you're already being nickeled and dimed to death with other things in your life. Don't pay Apple another $15 for the privilege of backing up to iCloud from your phone. The only advantage that would give you is if you go to the store and you buy a phone and you say, while you're sitting in the store, hey, I want my phone to look like it used to. I'm going to restore from an iCloud backup. Well, then you're going to be sitting in that store for about the next hour as it downloads everything through a Wi-Fi network. Just go home and just plug it back up again. That's what I say. All right. I'm going to open it up to anybody that's got one or two more questions, and then we're going to get out of here. Anybody want to just jump in real quick?
Joanne does.
All right, Joanne, take it.
I sent you 2 photographs on your iPhone of the screen that I continue to get, regardless of what I do, on the MacBook Pro when I try to join the meeting.
All right, can I share those?
And I never, ever had a problem before.
Before what?
Before things changed.
Before GoToMeeting changed?
In the beginning.
Yeah. I'm looking at those pictures now.
And no matter what I do, and restart download, and it just jumps immediately into the little download icon in the upper right.
Okay, do you then go to that downloads folder and try to install the new version?
Yes. And nothing happens.
Let's jump over and take a look.
One time it told me that I needed to enable cookies.
Okay. Can I jump over to that screen that the problem is on right now? Can we look at that? Or no, you're not on that. You're not on that. I'm sorry. You're not on the meeting, so we can't see that screen.
Right.
Okay, then let's try this. Are you near that computer right now?
Yes.
Okay. If you're near the computer that's having the problems, what I would suggest that you do is go to the downloads folder. I think it's going to be listed under Citrix in the C's probably.
Yes, it is. And it's zip. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zip.
Yeah, go to the last one.
Trying to download.
Yeah, you probably have multiples. This happens with a lot of people. Go to that last one. Double click that again. We're just going to make sure that you're installing. You're just going to walk through this one more time. So go to that installer, and I don't have it installed here. I don't have that Citrix installer. Double click that installer. It opens up. Do you see that open up?
Wait, you said don't click what?
Double click the Citrix installer.
Okay.
All right. Tell me what's happening.
Nothing. Normally a little bar goes across real quickly. But right now, nothing.
Okay, go to the applications folder and find GoToMeeting and tell me what version of GoToMeeting you're in.
Okay, there is no GoToMeeting icon in here.
In your applications folder?
Correct.
Okay. But that Citrix installer, I'm sure this is a simple solution that we're just missing. So you're going and double-clicking that Citrix installer in the downloads folder, and you're telling me that nothing is happening when you double-click it.
Correct. Okay, hold on. I was correcting on the screen, but it's the same thing. Hold on.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, a little bar flashes up real quickly, like a split second.
Uh-huh. Okay. Over on the left-hand side, Joanne, do you see how on my screen I have a TM backup and there's a little triangle there that's mounted? That's a drive that's mounted. Do you see anything that says Citrix installer, GoToMeeting installer that's mounted over the left-hand side for you?
Okay, what screen is that?
I'm looking at my own Finder window. I've opened up a Finder window, and across the left-hand side I see lots of things.
Okay.
Do you see an image that's no?
Well, mine just stops at the top where you've got downloads highlighted for.
Yeah.
Right, mine stops at documents right above what you have highlighted.
Yeah, I've got a lot of other stuff turned on, so that's fine. And you're going and downloading the installer. Okay. Tell you what. why don't you do this? Try this, Joanne. Do you have a flash drive?
Yes.
All right. Take that flash drive, and don't do this while I'm talking to you. I'm going to tell you what you're going to do.
Okay.
Take that flash drive, plug it up to the Mac that has a copy of GoToMeeting,
Okay.
drag GoToMeeting onto that flash drive. So you're going to go in the applications folder. You're going to find a copy of GoToMeeting. You're going to drag GoToMeeting onto that flash drive. Okay?
Okay.
Then you're going to take that flash drive to that other computer, and you're going to do the opposite. Drag it from the flash drive into the applications folder.
Okay.
After that's done, the next time you want to join a meeting, remember that meeting ID that I gave you?
Yes.
You've got that written down?
Yes.
Okay. You will type that in manually, and you'll open up GoToMeeting in the applications folder and type that in manually on that machine, and I bet that's going to help us.
Okay, great.
I don't know. I'm making this up, but we'll see. All right.
Well, at this point, I'm open to anything.
All right. Okay. Anybody else have anything before we get out of here?
If I can't get that BB&T app to work on Safari, should I try Chrome and Firefox?
Yeah, it's Chrome. I'd stay away from Firefox. Yeah, try Chrome. Chrome. Yeah. All right. Chris, did you have something?
Yeah, I just had a quick one. How do you make a reminder? Can you make a reminder using Siri?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great.
Cool.
So I'll do it right now. So I'm going to open up Siri, and I'm going to ask Siri to remind me to do something. Now, I'm going to locate it to be when I leave my house. Now, she knows because my address is in my address book, so to hang the flag when I leave the house, because yesterday was Lincoln's birthday. Remind me to put the flag out when I leave today.
Here's your reminder for when you leave here. Shall I create it?
Yes. Okay. So you just have to use the right kind of.
Okay, I'll remind you.
You have to use the right kind of terminology. Now it knows where I am right now, so it's when I get in the car tonight and I drive out of here, it's going to remind me to do that. What I really use this for the most is I set it up with my 3 locations: my house, Food Lion, which is the grocery store near me, and Home Depot, which is the Home Depot near me. I'll say, remind me to buy nails when I get to Home Depot. Now, if I'm driving past Home Depot on my way home, it will send me a text message saying, get nails. But I don't want to get nails right now, but every time I drive by Home Depot, it reminds me to do that. So you can remind it with times, remind it with locations. So in 3 hours from now, remind me to drink more water.
Here's your reminder. Shall I create it?
No. Does that answer it?
To
How
continue,
about,
you can.
yeah, and how about
Okay,
like if
I
you
will
put
remind you.
something on your iCal, like an event, what's the terminology you use for that?
Well, you could say things like, what does the rest of my day look like? What does my day today look like? What does July 13th look like for me? Or you could say, add a meeting at 2 p.m. to my calendar. It will add it to the default calendar. So if you have multiple calendars, maybe you have a home, a work, it will add it to the default calendar. I don't know if it's smart enough, because I've never tried it. I don't know if it's smart enough to add add a meeting at 3 p.m. with Chris to my home calendar. I don't know if it would do that much, but if I say add a meeting with Chris at 3 p.m. and I already have a meeting with or if I already have some other event, it would say, it would present that there's a problem. So
Okay.
add a
You don't have
meeting.
to say-
Go ahead, sorry.
I'm sorry, you don't have to say
What is your
add an
meeting?
event called such and such. You just say add a meeting at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
on iCal.
Right. Yeah. And you don't even have to say iCal. You just say add a meeting,
Okay.
add something to my calendar. Yeah, you could say lots of different things.
And if it's another date, you just say the date.
Yes, and the time. Yeah.
Okay.
So the other thing I was going to say, what was I going to say? with Siri. Oh,
Reminder.
I think that there is an ability. Let me see if I can get it to work here. What types of things can I say to you?
You can say things like,
Lots of things there. And then there's, it gives you a good list of kind of the terminology that you should use. However, for full disclosure, I do have to say that I have a new mistress, and her name is Google. Have you played around with the Google search?
No.
What is a giraffe?
Giraffe, a large African mammal giraffe, the camelopardalis family Giraffidae with a very long neck and 4 legs, having a coat pattern with brown patches separated.
So do you have to bring up Google search under Siri or what?
No, you bring up the Google app. So there's the Google app down there. You get that, and that's pretty awesome. It will not do calendaring for you. It will not do your address book. It will not find places.
It's information.
Right. But I'm using Google Maps a lot more. But if you wanted to find a location, the Google, this is great with Google Maps. So if I say, where is the nearest Home Depot? Then it would.
Several listings for Home Depot within 10 miles.
Now, if I click this, and I could open this in Google Maps. Or I should be able to. Let's say, I need directions to the nearest Home Depot.
Do you have to have Google Maps, just an app in there?
Yes, and if I click directions, it says go to Maps, and then that should take me over to the Maps app. Now on this page, there's a button at the top to open it up in the Maps app right here at the top. That is my new best friend. So I click that, and then that takes me into the Google Maps app, which is glorious and fantastic.
Okay.
All right.
All right. That's
Okay, so it's just the straight Google app, not the Google Plus app?
I don't use Google Plus app, so no. I guess the answer is no. You don't need that necessarily. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, I'm gonna post this evening. The audio, as usual, may be messed up. It's an ongoing battle, and I'll see you guys next time.
All right, thanks.
And Chris, I may see you very soon. All right,
Thank you.
bye.
The organizer has ended the session, and this call will be disconnected. Goodbye.